Hello everybody, I am back yet again with another video, and wow, does it feel so great to be in the comfort of my own home, finally. I'm so happy to say that I have 1 year of college under my belt. I mean, it's just truly amazing how quickly it went by and how great of an experience it was. I mean, people say that these are the 4 greatest years of your life, and I don't doubt that saying for 1 second. I truly believe that, you have to cherish these moments and just experience everything. It's just so awesome. And, no regrets to the college I ended up choosing to go to, and just the relationships and friends that I've, made while I've been there. It's just been fantastic. So, today, though, I wanted, to make a video for you guys, let you know some of the things that I was fortunate enough to pick up while I was there, in addition to some really excellent gifts that some friends have given me. So I wanted to go ahead and go through all of that, as well as at the end of the video, I want to let you guys know some of the videos that I plan on doing in the next couple of weeks. I have plenty of really good ideas I think that you guys are going to really enjoy, so I'll get into that as well at the end of the video. But first things first here, I'm going to go through the games that I purchased myself, and then I'll get into the games that people graciously donated to me. So the first thing we have here, many of you guys are probably fortunate enough to get this. It is the Kid Icarus AR cards. Club Nintendo was very nice enough to give you these free cards. No cost whatsoever, no shipping costs or anything. So that's really nice. It says, thank you for your order. To get the most out of your new AR idle cards, be sure to pick up a copy of Kid Icarus Uprising for the Nintendo DS, and which I haven't done yet, but I plan on doing, in the very near future, hopefully, because I've heard amazing things about the game, and I've heard the multiplayer, especially, is very reminiscent of the Super Smash Bros. Games, which, excites me all the more because I love that game, and if the multiplayer is anything like that, I'm looking forward to getting into that. And then I did a mystery unboxing of this video, so you guys already know that I have it, but I figured I'd include it in here anyways. And that is Tales of the Abyss for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, this is a remake of the PlayStation 2 JRPG, and, a lot of people really like this game. Other people, not so much. But I've only put in an hour and a half, so I really can't give an in-depth, opinion of the game. From what I have played, I actually do really like it. The battle system is very unique. You kind of hit your enemies, and then you go into this combat system, and it's basically like an action RPG within this confined area. Really, really cool, unique, and the story itself is pretty interesting so far. The only complaint I have is that the main character really is just not very likable at the moment. He's just constantly bickering and just complaining and just thinks he's really just the coolest person of all time and thinks just has this super big ego. So I'm not too fond of that, but I've heard that you kind of grow to love the character as the game progresses. So if that's the case, not too worried about it. But Tales of the Abyss, really good so far, and I'm looking forward to getting further into this game. Now I have a nice pile of games here, kind of a funny story. The day before I left for home, I sold some of my college textbooks back at this store, and conveniently there's this retro and modern video game store. It's kind of like a local mom and pop shop, if you will, right next door to the place where I sell my textbooks. So I couldn't help myself. It was just like I just got some, cash to kind of just dispose of, and I was just like, whatever, I'll just go in and see what they have. I only made $35 for my textbook, so I wasn't planning on spending a whole lot, and I really didn't, because I got all of these games you see here for $31. So I spent roughly $3.11 per game, because all of these games were buy two, get one free. So excellent deal here, and I definitely got some really great games in my personal opinion. And the first one we have here is Little Nemo Dream Eater. What? What is wrong with me? Little Nemo Dream Master. I've even seen like half of this movie. But anyways, it is a platformer by Capcom for the NES. All of you guys know what to expect from a game like this. Really kind of cutesy story to the game. I believe that this actually came out after the movie, and the movie was based on a comic series like I don't even know how many more years ago. So really strange how this game came to be. But I looked up some gameplay, and it looks really, really unique. It looks interesting. A lot of exploration, kind of, the ability to kind of just roam the level. But really like the music in the game, and the graphics looked really nice as well. So if you guys have played Little Nemo, let me know. But I've heard some pretty good things about this game. And then, such a simple concept, but obviously it took off tremendously. Tetris 2, actually. I saw this cart there, and I was like, you know what? I don't really see Tetris 2 out in the wild very often, and I can't imagine that, they could mess up the sequel to such a simple game. But, we'll see. I haven't played it yet. So Tetris 2, really great stuff there. And then we move into some more modern stuff. Actually, you know what? I'll save some of the modern stuff for later. We'll get into last generation stuff here. And the first game we have here is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. I want to kind of make it my goal to really kind of get into collecting a lot of the Dragon Ball Z games, because I'm a huge fan of the anime and manga, and I'd really like to get into start playing some of the games, because the only game that I've actually played from the Dragon Ball Z series is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, which I did really enjoy back in the day, but for whatever reason I never really picked up any of the other games. So I actually have Budokai 1 coming in the mail from a Game TZ trade, and now I have 3 in my collection, so really excited to get into playing some of these. And then, kind of an announcement I'll probably get into at the end of this video. I've got into collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards again, which is not something that I ever planned on doing again, but it's happened, and I've really gotten into watching the anime quite a bit too, so I'm not ashamed to say that, whatever. I know Clive, I believe, Quick Freeze 4, I believe he is into Yu-Gi-Oh, so maybe we can, exchange some thoughts on that. But anyways, I picked up this game. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses. I looked up a review for the game. It looks like a really weird concept. You're kind of in medieval Europe, and you're basically, caught in this position where you can either join Yugi's side or Kaiba's side. So if you're familiar with the series, you know what I'm talking about. But it looks really interesting, and I've really wanted to get a Yu-Gi-Oh game since I've gotten back into it, so we'll see how this game plays out. But, a more in-depth announcement at the end of this video. So now we get into the modern stuff here. We have for the PlayStation 3 MAG. For $3.11, I couldn't go wrong. This is an online-only game. It says 250 players playable in each match at one time. I know the servers have seriously died down. Not many people playing this game, but my roommate actually is very fond of the game. He has a clan, and they play it all the time, and he just strongly encouraged that I get the game so that we could play together. So that was the main reason for this purchase. I look forward to playing this game with him, and any of you guys are still playing that game, definitely all the more reason for me to purchase the game. And also we have 4 really solid Xbox 360 titles, in my personal opinion here. We have Bionic Commando from Capcom, a game that I know was very poorly received. Of course, we had Bionic Commando for the NES way back in the day. This revival of the series, I think, wasn't very well respected by the fans and, the media alike. But I've watched gameplay, and it actually does look pretty interesting. It almost looks like you're Spider-Man at some points, just because it relies so heavily on your bionic arm and grapple ability. But it looks interesting, and I'm definitely going to give it a try, and I'm sure I'll give you guys my final thoughts on the game in a later video. We have a game here that, surprisingly, I didn't own, because as many of you probably know if you've been longtime viewers of the channel, I've just never really gotten into the series, and that's Gears of War 1. So I've gotten about halfway through this campaign back in the day when I borrowed it from a friend, so looking forward to playing through that. We have a game here that I've always wanted to get into. It's a survival horror series. There's only 2 games in the series at the moment, and then I believe they made 1 game for the Kinect that was kind of a semi-sequel or prequel or, whatever you want to say. But that is Condemned to Bloodshot by Sega. Really interesting looking first-person survival horror game, and it just looks really interesting to me. I watched a lot of gameplay. It looks like it relies a lot on like crime scene investigation as well as hand-to-hand combat, in this really just creepy setting, very eerie atmosphere, and it's just really kind of do whatever you can to survive. And this sounds like this is a modern day, Resident Evil. And I say that because Resident Evil has really made a transition into the action shooter genre. because back in the day, it was very your character moved very slowly. It was very focused on just creeping the player out. But now it's more so based on just action adventure and shooting and just complete action packed. But I believe that this game is probably like a more modern day Resident Evil because I think it's much more based on really just kind of creeping you out and putting you in that just creepy environment. And the next game we have here is Fable 2. For whatever reason, I sold this game back in the day after I completed it, but it is my personal favorite Fable game. I just loved it to death. The story is fantastic, and I had a lot of fun playing this online with friends actually as well. So those are all the games that I picked up personally, but now we have a few things that my friends graciously donated to me, and then I'm going to get into some of the announcements for my channel. So the first things first here, you guys probably already got a glimpse of that. A new Xbox, but not really. My friend in college actually, he didn't have a 360 when he came into college, so he purchased one and he reserved, this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Xbox. He knew that I was heavily into collecting and a very avid, gamer myself. He was planning on throwing this box away, and he said, Rusty, you want the box? I was like, yeah, sure, throw in the Xbox too. But no, but so yeah, he gave me this box and all the inserts. So if my Xbox ever dies out, let's hope it doesn't. Oh, and there goes Calvin. He thinks someone's at the door. So yeah, whatever. I'm gonna keep talking. But yeah, it's a really nice box here and really nice shape. So if I ever, my Xbox ever dies out, I'll probably try and scout out this Xbox on Evil Bay or Game Teasy or something, and perhaps I'll get that Xbox at some point. Alright, so now we get into some of the things that people, were kind enough to, lend me, or not really lend me, they gave me these things out of the kindness of their heart, which you guys have no idea how much I appreciate these things. You already know from my previous videos how much I appreciate this, and that none of this is the basis of our friendship. It means nothing, really, in the grand scheme of things, but I am thankful that you guys decided to send me these things. So the first thing we have here, one of the brothers in my fraternity is very into JRPGs. That's really kind of all he plays. And he has, I think, 4 copies of this game. And similar to Craig, I know Craig's very fond of this game as well from TV and Lust. But he said, Rusty, I'll just give you one of my extra copies since you hadn't played the game. And I was very thankful that he did so because this is a game and series that I really want to get into because I've heard it's awesome. And Nostalgic Dan 1 has actually been talking about this game quite a bit on his podcast. I will post a link to his podcast at the bottom of this video. Press Start Podcast. Awesome. Really, really awesome podcast with Quick Freeze 4, Dan, and then, oh my gosh, the other name is escaping me at the moment. But I'm rambling on. Persona 3. And this is the FES. I'm not really sure what that stands for. I'm such a noob. It sounds terrible that I don't know. But Persona 3, I was very happy that, my buddy in the fraternity had an extra copy of this game, and I'm sure I'll be playing this game at some point during the summer. My big sis, Stormcloud Reigns, was kind enough to send me something as well. She messaged me that she had something for me out of nowhere, out of the blue. I was really surprised and also very thankful that she decided to send this to me. The first thing we have here is a digital copy of Despicable Me. I told her that I'd never seen the movie, and she sent a digital copy, so now I can put this on my computer and watch this movie. I've heard that this is such a just hilarious, hysterical movie. I know my sister loves it, and my mom's very fond of it as well. So I'm really looking forward to watching that. And then, oh my goodness, one of the greatest composed soundtracks in the game by Koji Kondo, The Ocarina of Time, the official soundtrack. 51 tracks on here. That's just wonderful. And I wanted to show you guys real quick. Many of you guys probably already own this, because I believe that you were able to get this if you pre-ordered The Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. I'm not 100% sure on that. You got it through Club Nintendo, I think. But really sweet character art there. As the track listing is split up between each of the 4 pages. But I'm looking forward to listening to that because The Ocarina of Time is literally one of my favorite game soundtracks of all time. Just really some wonderfully composed songs in there. So looking forward to that. And then also we have here some very awesome things that my buddy Matt sent me from the Rammstein Fan 234 channel. Really awesome guy. incredibly kind, really just a genuine friend of mine here on the gaming community. And he lives in Canada, and I love watching his video because he has that hint of a Canadian accent. He's like, "Hey folks, I'm back, I'm Matt." You know, it's just, I don't know, he's just hysterical. He's very kind-hearted person. I love watching his videos. Very avid collector of the N64 and Super Nintendo boxed. He has a lot of boxed collection. He has a very nice boxed collection of games. Sorry, I cannot talk. But yeah, he's a really awesome guy. I enjoy watching his videos. And he sent me a note here. He says, "Hey, Ari Lewis 2011. This package ain't much, but I think you will like it. Enjoy. Matthew, aka Rammstein Fan 234. Isn't much. You people need to stop being, like, not giving yourself enough credit. I don't care what you send me. I am just so appreciative of it. And it just blows my mind. And look at this little 8-bit, you know, sprite of Mario in his little Tanuki suit. That's fantastic. I love it. Oh, it's kind of like, whoo. Looks like see-through almost with the sun glare. But that's awesome. I cannot, you know, thank you enough for that. And then this Game Boy game is a game that I've been wanting to play so badly. And, you know, when I commented on one of his videos, he said he had an extra copy that he wanted to send me. So awesome. And that is DuckTales for the Game Boy. I'm thrilled to own this game now. I cannot wait to play this because it's wonderful that he sent that to me. So thank you guys so much, Storm and Matt. I want to give you guys a proper shout out. I'll be posting links to the bottom of their channels at the bottom of this video. So be sure to check both of them out and show them your support. Alright guys, so real quick, this video is already longer than I planned on it being. I just wanted to list a few videos that I have planned for you guys coming in the next few weeks. So first and foremost, I want to do a review. I want to start doing more reviews. And since I don't have a capture, a capture card or, you know, the HD thing that I can capture footage on my computer, I'm only going to limit myself to handheld reviews at the moment. So, you know, DS, 3DS, PSP, Game Boy Advance, things like that. And a game that I really want to review that I believe deserves more reception is Dead or Alive Dimensions for the Nintendo 3DS. Wonderful fighting game, my personal favorite 3DS game at the moment. So I want to review that game for you guys. I also recently downloaded Metal Torrent on the DSi Ware software for the Nintendo 3DS. And I also want to review that. It's a vertical shoot 'em up. Really, really fun. I'm enjoying that game, so I want to review that for you guys. I also want to show you some recent Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I got because my uncle has over 1 million cards because he was a very avid buyer and seller of these cards back in the day on eBay. And he has over 1 million cards at his disposal just sitting in his basement collecting dust. And for my birthday, he gave me the 4 starter decks, the Kaiba, Yugi, Joey, and Pegasus decks, still sealed, first edition. So that was really cool. 3 of which I haven't even opened yet, so I may open those for you guys on camera based on your guys' thoughts. Leave me a comment below what you'd like to see in regards to my Yu-Gi-Oh collection. But I'd really like to show those 4 starter decks and kind of flip through the cards and just kind of discuss my thoughts on maybe the series and the card game. And then I also am planning on doing my summer backlog, which actually should probably be up by the end of this weekend. I want to show you guys the list of games that I plan to complete. It's going to be a large list, but I have faith and I believe that I can complete these list of games if I work hard at it. So I have a large backlog of games, so it's going to be hard to narrow the list down, but we'll see. So that's kind of what's going on with the channel right now, guys. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for the summer. I'm here to entertain you guys and just I'm happy to be back. I really am. So please, guys, drop me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see me be doing with the channel. Let me know what you've been playing recently, what you've purchased recently, and all that good stuff. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out the links posted at the bottom of this video. The Press Start Podcast, Storm's channel, Quick Freeze 4's channel, and of course Matt, my friend Rammstein 234. All really wonderful people. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the continued support and the new subscribers that I've gained since I've been in college. You guys all make this possible. So really great stuff. Thanks for watching, everyone.